Welcome to another episode of Scottish Football Matters with myself, Murray, and my good friend Lorenzo.
Hiya.
This week we're going to discuss the post-split fixtures and some of the backlash. The Green Brigade getting back in, just as Celtic are back in a title race. Coincidence? And we'll touch on some injuries because I think both Rangers and Celtic have had a few blows, and then we'll do our preview and predictions for the weekend's games. So, how's things?
Yeah, I'm good, mate. Back from a wee holiday, rested and refreshed, as they say. But ready to go for the weekend. Yep, looking forward to it.
I'm knackered. I've had the kids all week, so that's a proper job. No, I get an easy week next week. I get to go to work.
That's actually getting a rest next week then.
Aye, exactly. I'll be fresh faced next week because I'm at work. But no, it's been good. Good. But sporting the Mario t-shirts. I went to see the Mario film. That's an hour and a half. I'm never getting back. But what's a nostalgia, I suppose, in the movies, but I'm not
I've
for me.
seen the first
Not
one,
for
so I
me.
did, but I've
Aye.
obviously not seen the second one. So.
But yeah. So I suppose best place to start is the post-split fixtures, and what a hoo-ha!
Aye, what a carry
Uh,
on.
I mean, all I would say is that as a Rangers fan, I have no issues with the fixtures, as in who we're playing. My only gripe was just some of the kick-off times, because, as I said, 5:30 on a Monday is mental. And the other one is the fact that two games kick off at the same time. There's three other fixtures. Hearts play first once, Celtic play first twice. They could have probably reversed the Rangers and Celtic games so that Rangers could play first, and then nobody can come away moaning. But at the end of the day, right, the fixtures are the fixtures. You need to go and win them.
You've got to play them anyway.
And
That's it.
all I would say is I can understand it why Rangers fans would have a wee gripe about some of the kick-off times, but in terms of who you're playing, you cannot have a gripe because it has to be 19 home, 19 away. You have to go to Tynecastle, Celtic Park twice. I've got no
hmm
issues with that, but I'm sure you can understand that, you know, not getting that opportunity to play first does seem a wee bit unfair.
hmm
Because I know we got it last week and yous have got it this week with
Yep.
Hearts, but
Yep.
they probably could have given Rangers one opportunity out of the three match days.
And you've also got the Hearts
But
fans
that's the
moaning
problem
about
with
the
Sky,
fact.
innit? The Sky.
Yep. But you've got the Hearts fans also moaning about the fact that they didn't get the last game at home. But they couldn't have played Celtic at home because we've obviously played them at Celtic Park. So
But I can understand that gripe when you look at the last 14 years, the team that's. But then, at the end of the day, right, they're not top going into the split. The split hasn't happened yet.
no, you're right.
This
So
weekend they
depends
could
on what
draw,
happens. Exactly.
Rangers could win, Celtic could win, and all of a
hmm
sudden you could have a
It's
different team
it
top.
all
But
changes. Yep.
I think the simplest solution would have been to put us all away on the last day because they could have done that. There was a scenario that we could have went to Falkirk, you could have went to Hibs, and they could have went to Motherwell.
But you know that was
But
never going to happen, don't you? You know that was never going to happen
it happened when Rangers and Celtic have had a few title races though.
because it
I mean,
probably
I
would have
remember
pissed a
there
few
was
folk
one.
off.
There was one where you went to Dundee United and we went to Aberdeen.
Uh, oh, that was that no the
That
that
was the
was the
one that ended on
2000,
a Thursday, remember? Because
2008.
Rangers had
Yep.
to fit in
Celtic
about
won the league.
50 games in a week. Aye.
Aberdeen beat Rangers and Celtic beat
But it
Dundee
was,
United. Yep.
but it was all because Celtic had a complaint that the years previous, remember when Rangers won against Dunfermline, that we had an advantage playing at home, which you can understand because obviously 2 years later, when the same scenario happened, you went to Motherwell and we went to Easter Road. So
hmm
there's no, they're both tough fixtures. And
Yep.
whereas it did feel that us at home to Dunfermline and you away to Kilmarnock did seem one was tougher. But at
Yeah.
the end of the day, I think the split was pretty new then. So you're always going to get um, little issues, and somebody's always going to complain, isn't they? I mean,
Oh,
Jesus, in
aye.
this world of social media, you can't fart without somebody complaining.
Can't please everybody.
In the end of the day, as I said, I've got no gripes with the fixtures. It's just
The
I
kick-off
think
times.
they could have been a wee bit kinder with some of the kick. I mean, even Hearts could complain about some of the kick-off times. I think
hmm
they don't get a 3 o'clock game at all. I
I,
mean, they've got two 8 o'clocks, uh, 2 half-5s and a
Mm-hmm.
half-12.
I know,
And
it's
you're
a bit
just like, well,
mental.
that's mental.
Yep.
So I can understand. And even Celtic, I know they've got half-5 and 8, a half-12, a half-12. I think
Mm-hmm.
they've got. In fact, I don't think you've got a 3 o'clock. So
Well, the
you've
only
got.
three, I think the only 3 o'clock we've got is this week coming,
Aye, aye.
tomorrow, and that's it.
So you get what I mean? It is tricky.
But
You
it's
know,
all the kick-off times are all to suit TV,
it's just
basically.
this
That's what
guy.
it
At
is.
the end of the day, they pay the money, so they get.
Aye.
But I will bring on because I don't want to speak too much about the fixtures. We'll probably after we get through this weekend, we'll maybe do a wee kind of prediction of the final 5 games. Um, but
Mm-hmm.
one thing I wanted to speak about was what do you think about the split? Do you think it's ran its course? Could we change it up a wee bit?
I think they should
Like,
change it.
seeing the women's one,
Mm-hmm.
like after like 22 games or something, it splits in half and they play each
Right,
other twice. And I
right,
quite like that because
right.
you've then got a run in where you've got a home and away, home and away.
Aye.
Like I've not really, I wouldn't really be against that if we
No,
did
well,
some
me
form
either.
of
If
that.
they had to keep a split, then fair enough.
Aye,
But me personally, I'd make the league bigger and play each other twice.
so would
That's
I, so would I.
that's the way
But
I prefer
but
it.
then you'll always get that complaint of like, oh, in the run in, you might have a Celtic Rangers game and oh, the important ones at Celtic Park and somebody's moaning or we need to go to Ibrox and it's a bigger game than the first one was.
Mm-hmm.
You're never going to stop people moaning.
Yeah.
Personally, I think I agree with you. I think bringing the derbies down to 2 games would be a good thing.
Brilliant. I would love it because it's not that, Murray. It's
You
boring
get
playing
sick of
each
them,
other full time.
aye.
You get fed up with it. And
And
it's not that
getting
as
twice
well.
in the cup, aye.
This season, we've had Rangers in the league and then Rangers in the cup.
Aye.
And also, now we've got St Mirren in the league and then St Mirren in the cup the following week. It's just boring playing each other
Yeah,
like that.
I mean, there's nothing you can do about certain things like that. You can't do anything about. They don't have a crystal ball that St Mirren's going to get through to a semi-final, and that coincides with your match day 33. That's just
Mm-hmm.
they're just kind of weird fixture anomalies, aren't they? But
Yep.
no, I think over the summer, we, all the teams should be getting round the table and seeing if is there
I
a
would,
better way of doing it.
yeah, I would love reconstruction. I'd
Because I
love the
just
league
think
to be
it's
bigger.
I
Fed
think
up
it's
with
ran
it.
its course.
It has. It's. Let's be honest. It's crap. It's boring. 4 times a season. Neither of the
And,
fans want it.
and look at this year. I know it's not going to affect it, right? But Falkirk are getting 20 games at home and
I,
18 away.
I know it's like crazy.
And don't what happens, right? I don't think they will, right? But what happens if Falkirk pip Hibs to Europe?
Well,
Hibs would have a real complaint that
because they've had the
that's not a
extra
fair
advantage
advantage.
with the
It's not
extra
a
the
fair,
extra games at home.
not a fair
Aye.
contest.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, they're not going to do it with the top three, obviously, but
No.
and I do understand, but they've put themselves in that scenario by having a stupid system.
Mm-hmm. Aye.
I mean, even in the Greek league, like they play each other, they cut off the top four
Mm-hmm.
and they play each other twice. Like so,
Right.
the last 6 games is mental because it's two against that, two against that, two against that,
Aye. But I
and
like your
even
idea that you came up with, the whole
I will.
splits in half,
Well, that's
and
how
you play
the
each other twice after that.
and let's be honest. See if we're being totally honest. Not that I watch a lot of it, but the most exciting league in Scotland each year is usually the women's one.
Aye.
in
Or,
terms
or I
of
would say, or I would say the championship, but that's only got 10 teams. But
no, but in terms of like every season, you've got like title deciders and one game to go and
Mhm.
but that might be because they've got
That's
the best system
no,
because
but
you
no
don't play all the
disrespect,
dog shit teams
no
early doors.
disrespect, no disrespect to the women's game, but it's not as good as the men's, is it? I mean,
No, it
it's
isn't,
good, but it's not as good.
but clearly it's been run better
Yeah, well, it
because
is.
they've come up with a system where Celtic, for instance, if they're going for a title, they're not playing a part-time team.
That's right.
If they're going for a title, they need to beat Glasgow or
Mm-hmm.
Rangers or Hibs or Hearts to
Mm-hmm.
get it. So that seems fair to me. Whereas if you were playing teams like Montrose on the last day, you're like, well, it's going to be 10-0.
You're going to
How's that?
pump them, basically,
Yeah.
aye. Mm-hmm.
So they've come up with a system that works for their league.
No, but which is good. There's nothing
I
wrong
don't
with that.
think the SPFL have done that for
No.
our league. I don't think we've
I,
found the best solution.
I know this season's different because obviously we've got the 3 horse race at the top and the relegation hasn't been sorted out yet. But see, 9 times out of 10 or 99 times out of 100, every year the top 6 are sorted well before the split. the league's probably won before the split. If Celtic are
Yeah.
running away with it, sometimes it's happened, and then teams are fucking often relegated before the split's even happened, with 5 games
No,
to go.
and
So
don't get me wrong, I mean, down in the bottom half, we've got a great, battle for 11th. I mean, we'll get to
Aberdeen. I
predictions
mean, I
later,
don't want Aberdeen to get
if,
in, but
but if Kilmarnock beat Dundee, right, which
mhm,
could happen at Rugby Park, you're going to have 4 teams within 2 points.
that's right.
And that's saying that, Aberdeen and St Mirren lose their games at Celtic and Hibs, but
Aye.
that doesn't seem that unrealistic to me.
But
That
the whole league is for the neutral. It's great, but see if you're a
yeah,
fan of any of the clubs,
oh, it's
it's
brutal.
nightmare. It's a nightmare. Aye.
The age of our hearts at the end of the season is we're going to be aged about 3 or 4 years.
Aye, probably
But
taking about 10 years off our life.
no, I think it is what it is. We all need to just get on with it. And any Rangers fan bitching about it, we've got an opportunity to win our next 4 games, and you're pretty much champions. It's as simple as
Aye.
that. I mean, obviously, beating Hearts and Celtic in that would have a bigger impact than beating, Falkirk and Hibs in the last 2. If you know what I mean,
Aye.
you'd still need to probably go and win those games, but it would put you so close to the title.
Aye.
And Celtic, we're looking at our next 3 games are the 3 easiest ones you're going to get.
Well, I'm
So
hoping for 6
you've
points for
got
the two
St
home
Mirren
ones
and
coming up.
Falkirk, and then
Yep.
Easter Road will be tough, of course.
Mhm.
But
the 2 home ones, I'm hoping for 6 points,
when
definitely.
you compare it to your last 3, I think uh, going to Easter Road's probably easier than going to Fir Park or playing Rangers or
That's right. Our
Hearts.
Hearts. Yep.
Not so much. I know you've got home advantage in the 2 games against Rangers and Hearts, but these games are going to be so tense
Aye. Well,
that it's not going to be about quality. It's going to be
we've got
about bottle.
we've got
It really is.
our ultras back in again, so hopefully
Well,
that will
aye.
be
I
a
mean, I
factor.
suppose it's a segue, but I mean, do you think it's going to make any difference? Because
Sometimes, well, I think it does in terms of it gives the players extra energy as well. I
it
think the
can do,
atmosphere
but it can
boosts
also
the.
go the other way. If you lose a goal,
I know, I
that's
get that,
a
but 9 times
more
out of 10,
vocal support who are going to get go against the team. And let's be honest, you're quite a fragile team. I'm just
mhm,
going to use this as an example, right? They weren't in when you played Motherwell, right?
mhm.
And by all accounts, the atmosphere that day was as good as it's been in a while.
I think that was down to the fact that something was going on elsewhere.
No, I think a lot of that.
A result was happening elsewhere, so the Celtic fans were pretty buoyed by that. I would
No,
say
no, but
that was a factor.
well, what game was it? No, but you were playing Motherwell
Was it no?
on
Was it no the?
Saturday.
Was it no the Rangers game or the Hearts game? It
No,
was one of the games anyway.
no, well, Rangers didn't play until the Sunday, that one. I'm pretty sure.
Right. Well, it must have been
So,
Hearts then. Must have been the Hearts
but
game.
what I would say is no, because
Definitely a
it
game
was
going on.
no Hearts was that night though. It was that night they got beat.
Well,
So the atmosphere was good for me. I'm going to tell you why, because
right.
you were scared of Motherwell in the sense that they've become a bit of a threat, but also the fact is the I'm not going to say good fans, right, but the non-Green Brigade fans
Mm-hmm.
realised that they had to step up and back the team. And normally, right, when Celtic go a goal behind at Celtic Park, it can be quite toxic, or it can be quite like a bit of a morgue, and it goes
Well,
quiet.
aye,
And by the way, it
without
happens
the
at
Green
Ibrox
Brigade.
too. Aye,
But when the Green
but it
Brigade are there,
didn't.
they try and buoy it up. They're no there
I
now,
know, but
so.
sometimes, but the toxicity with Celtic
Mhm.
fans this season and the Green Brigade has
But
been through the roof.
aye, but
And
as we've moved on to this subject, I've got our first comment here, and I'll just bring it up now. There you go. Think it's good the Green Brigade are back. Every team's ultras fans are the baseline of any support, which is true. That's
no,
100% true.
they are, but I often find that they sing their own songbook and they don't really play to what's happening in the pitch,
No, but
whereas
it's the
the normal
atmosphere.
fan does.
They add to the atmosphere, and
Yeah, but no, they
I
do.
think it
They
brings
do it,
energy.
and yeah, they do. But at the same time, they still sing their songs whether you're 1-0 down or 2-0 up.
I know.
Whereas the normal fan, when you go one down, you go, oh, wait, let's get back into this. And when
Hmm.
you get a goal, the place just goes louder and louder and louder. I don't think ultra fans. I think they sing their own. They sing to their own tune. They do what they want. Yes, they make it louder, but
Hmm.
I don't. I honestly, I think it can go either way. I do. I think if you get beat against St Mirren, right, which I don't think you will, right, but if you go a goal down early against St Mirren, that place will be toxic.
I wouldn't say it
Whereas,
would be completely toxic, but it
but
won't
it
be
could be though,
nice.
because
It won't
those
be. But
fans hate the board more than the rest.
I know, but
Everyone doesn't like them, but
I know,
but
but I think the
the
atmosphere will
vitriol.
be the atmosphere will be like a cauldron because the Green Brigade are
Don't,
back in for the
don't get me
off. I
wrong.
think.
I think it will make a difference for the Celtic and the Hearts games. Sorry, the Rangers and the Hearts games.
Aye.
But I don't think it makes any difference for the
St Mirren and
St Mirren
Falkirk.
or Falkirk ones, because at the end of the day they just
No,
make noise.
but these
And
teams can feel it. I mean, John McGlynn came out and said it. He said that without the Green Brigade there, it was easier to play against Celtic,
yeah, but
whereas
they still
when
didn't
they're
do
in,
it, did
it's
they?
intimidating. He did say that.
Yeah, but they played. They probably played their worst game. or
Well,
that.
aye, fair enough. But
But no, I think honestly, I think it does make a difference in big games like the Old Firm, European nights. But against Falkirk and St Mirren, it'll make no difference. And if anything, I
yeah.
think it could be a deterrent, because they are quite a vocal element in a bad way as
Well,
well.
put it this way, right? I know you're a Rangers man, right? But speaking, if you can be
Aye.
it from a neutral perspective, do you know think it's good that they're coming back in again and it adds
Yeah,
to the spectacle?
I do, but I also think the fact that they were locked out for so many games, they're not going to come in all happy and smiley.
They
They're
won't.
going to come in like a bitter wee Neds who are going to be singing "Sack the Board" for fucking minute 1 to
I don't
minute
think
90.
I don't think they'll sing sack the
If
board.
you're
If we
losing,
lose
they
a
will.
goal,
Aye.
it may happen, but no for the
But
off. I
how does
think
that
they'll
help?
just get.
How does that help Celtic get back in the game?
It doesn't help.
And when has it really
I
helped
don't
you?
want them to do that, but
They will.
who knows? You know what I mean? I just don't want them to do that. I
And,
want them to
and,
get behind the
and,
team from minute 1 to minute 90.
and I'm not being anti-Celtic here, because I think the Union Bears at Ibrox are the exact same. They sink to their own.
Mm-hmm.
They have their own agenda. They don't
Yeah.
really care about the average fan. They're going to sing or put any of the wee banners up that they want, regardless of anyone else's opinion.
But
And they do add to the atmosphere,
they
but
do.
they
But
also bring a poor element to the support in terms of they think they're above the law.
But the Green Brigade, well, allegedly or apparently have agreed to certain rules that have been put in place for them coming back.
But that's like telling your mum, right? You know, I'm not going to get too drunk when I go out. I won't stay out past midnight, and then you stroll in at 3 o'clock pissed. Come on. How many times have we told?
I know, but see if they do it, then they'll be back out again. And I don't want that. I'd rather they were kept in. I don't want them to be put out again.
I'm not convinced it's a massive thing. I think it's a good thing, because I don't want Celtic to have any excuses if they don't win the league. And
if anything,
when the
I
Green
think
Brigade blocked out,
in,
I think it was an excuse.
No, but I think if we know that they're in, I think we've probably got a better chance of winning it with them in there. That adds to the energy
You've got a
and the
better
atmosphere.
chance because all the teams at the top are just as bad as each other. It has nothing to do with fans. Fans can't get you points.
No, but I still think that the fans are like a 12th man. They
can
basically
be, but they can also
give the
can
players
also
energy.
be a man less, because
Well, I know, I get that.
when they turn against you, honestly, see, sometimes at Ibrox it can be worse. Like Rangers playing at home can be terrible, because as soon as you lose a goal, oh my god, they're on top of you, and they think that we shouldn't be losing goals to Dundee United.
That's because I'm not saying every single fan's like this, but there is an entitled section of the support that,
and I think the ultras are.
With Celtic especially, I'd say, because Celtic have won so much over the last 20-25 years.
Yes, and who are the ultras? Mostly be youngsters. Right?
Well, I know that, and they've not known any different. The likes of myself and other older ones know what it's like.
And
to
at
get beat
Ibrox,
and
it's the
lose
same.
leagues.
The proper fans will sit there and go, "Well, you're going to lose goals, you're going to lose matches. The wee
You're not going
Neds
to win every
think
league.
it's the end of the world
Aye.
when you go one behind to, Dundee or whatever.
Aye.
Get over it. But I think it's a good thing for Celtic to have them back. But at the same time, if it's not going to help you win the league, it's not going to make your players better. Those players still need to find that extra 20-30% themselves.
I know, but I disagree, because I know what you're saying, but I disagree in terms of, I think that the crowd's energy can go into the park and
Yeah,
give
but
the
you
players an
had them in
extra
the
boost.
first half of the season and you were still shite.
But we've no. I mean, how many months has that been since the Green
No, but
Brigade
I'm
have been
just
in there?
saying when Brendan Rodgers was there, right?
Was it not about October time they
Yeah,
basically
but
get banned?
in that first few months, right? I think it was about November. It was around Martin O'Neill coming in, wasn't
Aye, but we're doing all right up until
it?
Brendan Rodgers lost 2 games before he left. We were
Yeah,
actually doing all right.
but you weren't very good though in terms
No,
of
we
like
weren't
you
good.
didn't make the
We were
players play
getting over the
well.
line.
Yeah, but you got over the line without them since then.
I know, but I like the fact that they're back because the ball had atmosphere.
And that's good, but I'm just saying though that I don't.
I don't.
Your players are going to need to find that 10-20% themselves
I know, as
because
I said before to you, I don't agree with everything that the Green Brigade do, but I like the fact that they're back because I do believe that they had colour, they had energy, they had atmosphere. You know what I mean?
yeah, I agree. And by the way, sometimes at Ibrox it's like a morgue when the Union Bears aren't there.
Mm-hmm. Aye.
But at the same time, they do bring a negative side too, and
I know there is that.
whether we'll see whether there's more negative than positive
I'm
or more
hoping that there's
positive
more.
than negative.
I'm hoping there's more positive than negative.
I'm just saying right now we don't know.
No,
But right now it's about I think Celtic need to lift the fans with a more intense performance. Like the first half against Dundee, if
aye.
they can do that for 90 minutes, I think the fans will go with them. But if they still keep plodding along with this, they can only play for 45 minutes. The
They need to be
results
more
won't
convincing.
improve. The results won't improve if you only
Mm-hmm.
play for. I mean, all I'm saying is you're not playing the pish teams now. You're playing the
Mm-hmm.
top six, and you're not going to get away with playing for 45 minutes against Rangers or Hearts or Hibs away or Motherwell away.
We need everybody basically to run through a brick wall for Martin O'Neill.
You do, and all three teams need that. I mean, Hearts need to learn
Aye.
how to win away from home again. Rangers need to find a way to replicate the chance creation away from home that they do at home.
Mm-hmm. Aye.
And because right now Rangers have been terrible on the road in terms of chance creation.
Mm-hmm.
So we'll find out what that does. But it brings us on to injuries because
Aye.
obviously Martin O'Neill confirmed that Araujo won't kick a ball for you again.
Which is
Donovan's
unfortunate.
out this weekend, but
Yep.
probably next weekend too, but possibly back for the split.
Mm-hmm.
The better
What
news was that Johnston could be back for the cup.
Callum Osmond trained as well, which is also positive.
Right, yeah. I mean, I said before that I don't think Celtic should be pinning too much hopes on a kid.
I get that,
Uh,
but it's an extra striker, and by
I
God, we
agree.
need strikers. So,
It's good option from the bench, but
of
what I'm
course,
saying is I wouldn't be throwing him in.
no. I
You
mean,
could maybe
if
get
we can
away
keep
with giving him
Iheanacho
some
fit,
minutes against St Mirren in the cup. I think.
aye, if we can keep Iheanacho fit, then he would be my main striker if we can keep him fit.
Do you think he can play
He can't
like
play for 90
7
minutes.
games
He won't be able to play
in
for
a
90
row?
minutes.
No,
I,
I'm just saying. Do you think you might need to pick and choose what games you start him?
I would say so, but I'm hoping that Callum Osmond's fit
But
enough to come
possibly,
in and play part of the other games,
yeah, but
and then bring
possibly you
him
can
off the
get away
bench.
with maybe playing him tomorrow. Don't start him against St Mirren in the cup.
Mm-hmm. I'd start Osmond if he's
Maybe
fit enough
maybe
against
don't
St
start him
Mirren in the cup.
against um, who's your second one? Falkirk at home, but then you
Mm-hmm.
bring him in at Easter Road because you're going to
Aye.
need an hour.
And
Then you
then
maybe
we'll
play him an
probably
hour
need him
against
against
Rangers,
Rangers. That's right.
and then
Yep.
possibly maybe he doesn't play at Fir Park, and you
Mm-hmm.
save him for the last day.
Hearts game.
That's the kind of.
Well, it all depends on how the league's looking at that point as well.
Oh, absolutely. I mean, we're talking about a final day decider, but there's no guarantee we're all going to be still in it
I
at
know.
that point.
Mm-hmm.
I think we will, but that's just because I can't see a world that we all don't drop
Aye.
points.
And I know what you're saying about the boy
Because
Osmond. You're calling him a kid, and he is a kid, and I get all that.
yes,
But see if he hadn't get injured,
he looks a
it's
talented one.
all speculation. But see if he hadn't get injured, who knows how many goals he'd have scored by now? I think he'd have scored a few,
We don't
a
know.
good few.
That's the thing. I mean, we don't know if he was a great upgrade on Johnny Kenny or not. He certainly looked more clinical, but
He looked
the,
the part.
the
He looked more
sample size
confident.
is so small that we
He looked
can't
more
tell.
confident.
Yeah, we just when a player plays for 2.5 games, we cannot tell how good he's going to be.
Mm-hmm.
But he looked bright.
But
I
the reason
can't
he pulled
argue
his
with that.
hamstring, is because he'd obviously hardly kicked the ball for Celtic, and he was
And
brought
also
in.
because he done something that the other Celtic strikers didn't do. He ran.
Aye, busted a gut basically to get in and score goals. Aye.
Yeah, I think it was in Europe, wasn't it? He ran and
He basically, that
France.
was it. Aye.
But
Such a shame. Looks
but
a good player.
obviously Rangers as well. It looks like Nadiri's season will be over.
Mm-hmm.
Which for me, he's a guy that's only scored one goal. Let's not
Are you,
go TT on him.
are
But
you bothered? Are you bothered?
I am unbothered in the sense that I think Rangers could become quite predictable because you've only got two strikers now.
Mm-hmm. But
And
it's
I
the
don't
way the
think
media have
Rangers.
portrayed it. They're portraying it as like a disaster. And you think, what's the guy done
No, it'd be a
to
disaster.
benefit it being to merit it being a bit disaster?
It'd be a disaster at this point if Raskin was out for the season or Romans, because Romans does look a massive upgrade. Or if Fernandez is out for the season, then you'd go, okay.
Even
That's
if Miovski was injured, it still wouldn't be a disaster because he's not done an
no,
awful
but
lot either.
I'm hoping he can step up now though, because we've seen in the last two games he's disallowed goal against Aberdeen, then his goal against Dundee United.
Yeah,
I think he can score. Like if you split Rangers' season into two, right? If you forget about the Celtic Hearts games, see the other four, which are the winnable games. Let's just say they're the ones you
aye,
expected to win. Away to Falkirk twice, home to Motherwell, home to Hibs, right? They are the games that I want Miovski to be playing in because I think Miovski can, for all, I'm not saying he will, right, but I think he could score in all of those games
right.
if we create the chances for him. Now,
But
do I see him scoring against Celtic and Hearts? Probably not, because that's a Chermiti thing. And also, we need to remember that Chermiti can't score against anyone else. So,
well,
we're gonna need to rely on Miovski.
hopefully he can't score against Celtic either. I don't want him
Oh
scoring
well, he
against
always
Celtic
scores against
either.
Celtic. He
But
loves it.
hopefully he won't. Hopefully
Celtic,
he won't.
honestly, don't be surprised if he only scores against Celtic and Hearts in
No,
the
I
last
won't
six
be
games.
because he doesn't score against anybody else. You're right.
But at the same time, though, I think it is a blow because I don't think Rangers will go the 4-2-2, 4-2-2-2. I think we're probably going to have to go back to the 4-2-3-1. But I prefer that, if I'm honest. I think it gives you a more stable base in midfield.
Mm-hmm.
The only problem is that I don't think we create enough chances in that formation.
Mm-hmm.
But
Well, in terms of Celtic, talking about formations, I know we won it last week against Dundee, but on a consistent basis, our formation isn't working. So I'd prefer them to change it up and maybe put two up front.
yeah, I mean, if you've got the numbers now with
Mm-hmm.
Osman back in, and let's be honest, Maeda has been terrible, right? So
I think
maybe
Maeda's better
use
on the
him.
left anyway.
But I'd maybe use him as a two and a striker because
Right.
he's hopeless in the wing, or he has been recently.
Well, I know, but no, always he's been good in the wing previously.
He hasn't scored in 16 games. He has been utterly hopeless since the turn of the year. He has. I mean, there's no doubt about that. Lisa Tati has been hopeless at times and then brilliant at times. Like there's no real happy medium with him. He's either the best player or the worst player.
Aye.
But Maeda has consistently been shite since the turn of the year. Like he's not even getting assists. See if he was getting assists, but he couldn't hit a barn door. That'd just be the old Maeda. He's not even getting assists.
Maybe it's the fact that his head's been turned, and obviously he's wanting
That's
to
not
move
good
away.
enough though. Because
I
at
know
the
it's
end of the day, Celtic employ him.
And they're paying his wages exactly. So
Exactly.
he should be busting
And
it
it's
up
a
for
World
Celtic.
Cup year. He should be buzzing to get goals to get in that Japan starting lineup because he won't be starting for Japan.
You would think so.
On this one, he won't on this one.
No.
Whereas he probably would start on his good form. But
And he wasn't very good against England. He was on the bench against England actually.
he didn't come on against England and against Scotland. He played right wing back.
Aye, that's right.
And he looked shite, if I'm honest. But he's not a right wing back. I think it's hard to judge him.
I think he'll still go to the World Cup with him.
Of course he'll go. He'll go because he's a runner, isn't he? I mean, you won't give a defender a second. But what I would say is, I actually agree with you. If you went the two up front, I think you might get more out of him because playing him left wing with Ian Archer or Chansvara in the middle isn't working right now for him. And to me, Chansvara
hasn't Big Chavanchara hasn't set the header on fire either. You know, he's not done it.
No one has to. But
that's why the door's still open for young Callum Osmond as well. There's still a chance for him to come in and make an impact before the end of the season.
And obviously, Rangers, I mean, this weekend, Romans and Nadiri are obviously out. Looks like Moore and Scott Wilson are doubts as well. I'd be more gutted with Moore missing because Scott Wilson's offered nothing anyway. But but it doesn't mean I think he's a bad player. I think he's probably a very good player, just not playing very well.
Yeah.
Like, it's really difficult in it to come into a team mid-season with no confidence and to
That
be
is.
expect. And let's be honest, the Rangers fans put so much pressure on him that he was going to be the second coming of Laudrup. Like, calm your beans,
Aye.
you know. And I don't think that's helped him.
No.
But what I will say is, I'm actually delighted if they're out for Sunday, because it might mean that Rangers start Ant-Man, and it might mean that we start Gassama on the left.
Well, there's
And
a guy I forgot about. When was the last time Ant-Man got a game for you?
he came off the bench the last couple of, well, not last week, but a couple of weeks ago, and I thought he looked great. Like, he constantly, he runs into good, he's a clever footballer who has had fitness issues, obviously, but there's a real player in there, and I'm delighted to see Gassama left wing, him right wing. I think, even though it means Asgard will be in behind.
Is there any other players in your squad that used to get a game all the time that don't now? I mean,
Bayrami is one that I think he'll probably get in and about because of the injuries. So, but
what about how many players left in
Neil
January?
Mandy, I suppose, might get some game time, but he's just had a bit of an injury since the Old Firm.
Has he got a chance of going to the World Cup with his country? I mean, who's he play for?
Diomande, Ivory Coast. He wasn't in the last squad, which doesn't bode well given that they played their games in the UK.
I doubt
I like to think
if
they'd
he's
have
not been in that squad, then
all the UK-based players for that. But I say to anyone whose team are going to the World Cup, if you're at Rangers or Celtic or Hearts or whatever, you've got 6 games to make your international manager take notice. Because never say never, you know.
That's right.
And, but I mean, I think Diomande can offer something to Rangers. I think he's a good player, but I don't think he's suited to the formation we're currently trying to play. But we'll find out how that goes. But, you know, Rangers have been a lot luckier than Celtic in terms of injuries this year. I think that's fair to say.
That's an understatement, is it not?
No, but we've had years where we've had massive injuries and you haven't.
I've never known a season like this for Celtic.
But do you remember that year?
Absolutely mental.
But do you remember Angie's first year? That was
everybody was pulling up.
No, not Angie's first year. Sorry, Angie's second year. Sorry, it was the year it was Van Bronckhorst's first full season. We had 0 centre backs for 8 weeks, and we had to play Leon King and James Sands at centre back. So it happens. I mean, and I didn't turn that as a. Yep, we're gonna go through all the predictions for the weekend. Might as well start with them then. So we start with the games on Saturday. So the first one we'll go with is Aberdeen Hibs. I'm going to go Aberdeen 1, Hibs 2. Because I think Robinson's got to get a reaction off it at some point. I just don't think it'll be enough because I think Hibs are in a good place.
Hibs are doing well, but
unbeaten in 5.
I still think that Robinson will get a tune out of them at some point. Maybe too late, obviously, to get a tune out of them now, but I'll go for a 1-1 draw with that one. I wouldn't be surprised if Hibs beat them, but at the same time, I wouldn't be surprised if it was a draw. So I'm going 1-1 on that one.
Okay. Dundee United, Livingston, I think it's pretty clear cut. I think Livingston will give it a good go, but I'm going to go 2-1 Dundee United. They impressed me last week at Ibrox. Really impressed me.
Right.
But they are Jekyll and Hyde. They sometimes look good against Rangers and Celtic, and then
I don't think Livingston will score, so I think it'll be 2-0 to Dundee United.
Okay, Kilmarnock, Dundee. I fancy Kelly again. They're at home, and I've got to admit, I wasn't impressed with Dundee last week against you. Like, they had a lot of the ball, but they weren't very good with it. Like the final third.
But in the second half, they had a wee spell in the second half, obviously, and then they get their penalty, and then they come into it a bit.
I'm just going to go with the home advantage and say 2-1 to Kelly.
Right. I will go the opposite, and I'll say 2-1 Dundee, just to be a wee bit controversial.
Right, well, on to the big 3. Celtic St Mirren. I think it'll be close because Celtic all their games with St Mirren have been what 1-0, 1-0. They lost 3-1
in the cup final.
in the cup, and it
Cup
wouldn't
final
surprise
doesn't
me if it
count.
was.
This cup
It
final
does
doesn't
count.
count. I forgot about
What I would say though is it wouldn't surprise me massively if it was another 1-0 because
what, to Celtic?
because the other games have went that way, and I don't think St Mirren have got a lot of goals in them.
It's about
But I
time
do
we
think,
battered St Mirren though.
yeah, but you just don't batter anyone. You can't
Well,
batter
no,
fish.
we'll
But
need to start doing it now.
it's a bit late now, isn't it, to start
No,
pretending
really.
you're a good team.
No, really. Well, this is the business end of the season. This is when Celtic come alive. Well, according to Brendan Rodgers, that's what he
We'll
said.
see.
He used to say that.
I, I think it'll be close. I think Celtic will win 1-0. Honestly, I don't think Celtic are capable of dismantling a side like this, and I
Right.
also think that I actually think St Mirren will give you more of a game at Hampden, and
Hmm.
they'll actually score at Hampden and possibly take you to extra time and penalties. But this week, I think it'll be a narrow, close defeat.
Right. Well, I know that you said earlier on that you don't think that the Green Brigade matter that much in terms of
Well, it could do,
certain things,
but
right? But I'm going to go a wee out on a limb here and say that because they're back, I think Celtic will win 3-0 due to the
okay.
fact that they're back to add to the atmosphere.
Well, we'll see. Hearts against Motherwell. It's a tricky one.
That's a hard one, isn't it?
Hearts normally bounce back
I'm hoping
from,
for a Heart slip up, a
but
draw or
they
something.
normally
Or,
bounce back when they drop points.
mm-hmm. Yeah,
Motherwell aren't in good form,
I think it's at Tynecastle on it.
but there was snippets of good play against Falkirk.
Mm.
Um, both these games have finished draws early in the season with a 3 each and a 0-0.
Yeah.
I'm going to go, just like I'm going for a third Celtic 1-0 win against St Mirren, I'm going to go with a third draw, and I'm going to say 1-1.
Right.
Because I
Ooh.
don't think that Motherwell will lose a lot of goals.
No,
They
they
lost
don't.
3 last week, and that will hurt them. So I think they'll tighten it up. But Tynecastle, they're always good for a goal, so I'm going to say 1-1.
Mm. There's a comment there.
2-1
2-1
Hearts.
Hearts for me. Well, I'm going to go the other way. I'm going to say that Motherwell will shade it and beat Hearts 2-1 because I think Hearts. You did say it last week. You think that Hearts bottle is crashing or
I think
it's going,
I said the
whatever. But
bubble could have
the
burst,
bubble, no,
but
the bottle, the bubble.
I
That was
didn't
it.
think it has. I don't think it has, but I do think it could.
It could, right?
I think you'll know a
I wouldn't be
lot.
surprised. I wouldn't be surprised if Hearts won the game, obviously. But I
I think
mean,
you'll find a lot out by the next 2 games. Their next 2 games are, you know, home to Hearts, away to Hibs. Sorry,
aye,
home to Motherwell, away to Hibs, and I think we'll know whether they're in a title race by the end of those. Just like
aye,
you'll know if Celtic take care of Falkirk and St Mirren, and
aye.
if Rangers take care of Falkirk and Motherwell, then
Mhm.
you can say the same thing, that they'll
Yep.
be in a title race properly. But no, I'm going to say 1-1.
I'll go 2-1
Uh,
Motherwell.
on to Falkirk Rangers. See in my head, right? Obviously, Falkirk have drawn. Just like I said, with those two, the
Aye.
2 games between Rangers and Falkirk have been draws, 1-1 and
Mhm.
0-0.
Mhm.
The only reason I'm going with Rangers to shade it, right,
Mhm.
is because Falkirk are playing Dunfermline next week. And I
Right.
just think
In the
whenever
cup.
you're close to a cup match,
You think they'll put their eggs in that basket? Is that what you're thinking?
yes, I don't think John McGinn will play a weakened team, but
No.
maybe a few squad players will come in, and maybe some of those players who know they're going to be playing next week maybe don't go in for that 50-50 or just aren't quite at it. And I think that Rangers will shade it, but it'll be quite similar to the St Mirren one, and that it's not in any way glamorous or
Mm.
free flowing football. But I'm going to say 2-1 Rangers. No, I'm going to say 2-0 Rangers. But
Oh,
really,
so you're not getting Falkirk a goal then? No.
no. But I'm only because I think Rangers will do kind of what they did to Aberdeen, if you remember at Pataudry.
Mhm.
2 set
Right.
pieces.
Right.
And Falkirk are probably the smallest team in the league in terms of physicality. I
Mhm.
watched them against Motherwell, and Motherwell could have scored 2 or 3 for corners, and I think if that's Fernandes and Asgard, Chomiti, the one thing you have to say about Rangers is they're not the best football team, but
No,
they are the biggest
right.
in our league. I think apart from maybe Hearts, Rangers look, and I just think this one's going to come down to set pieces, and that's why I think Tavernier probably starts, because Rangers try and get a corner, a free kick, penalty,
Mm.
whatever. And I think Rangers will sneak it. I do. And that's
Right.
not just as a Rangers fan. I just think I look at, of all the teams in the league that lack physicality, it's Falkirk. Of all the teams that don't, it's Rangers.
Well,
So I don't think it'll be good football. I put it this way. I'm also going to add, I don't think Rangers will score for open play.
all right. So be a
I
penalty
think
then.
it's just going to be penalties, corners, whatever,
Well,
whatever it takes.
I know they've got the cup game the following week against Dunfermline, but I think that
Here we go.
Falkirk.
He's going with his heart again. He's not going
Aye,
with his
I
head.
know. Well,
He's still his head to shut it.
I think Rangers probably will win it, but my heart wants to predict that Falkirk will have enough in them to get a draw.
I just
So
also think that
I'm going to go 1-1.
a bit like last week with Dundee United, Rangers had drawn twice with them too. Sometimes you just put it to bed. You
I'll
don't
be
draw
hiding
3
you
times.
nothing, Bucks. I think Rangers will probably win, but I'm hoping against
But
hope that it will be
I
a
think
draw.
again though, the score could very much determine. It could be determined on what happens on Saturday.
Aye, well,
Because
we've played
if
first, didn't we?
Celtic and Hearts both win, then that whole record that we all don't win in the same weekend might get to Rangers and they might bottle it.
Aye, could
But
do.
if the scores go as we expect, that Hearts do drop points, then I think Rangers will probably come out quite relaxed and go, wait now, we can go top of the league. And that's how it would be if Hearts draw or lose. Rangers would go top with a win. So that's why I think Rangers will
Aye.
edge it.
But
Not because they're a great side, but just because of the circumstances of Saturday. But by the
you'll
way,
be keeping it.
if Hearts win, Rangers will draw. I'll
Well,
say that as well.
all right. Well, if you do
But
go
that's how
top of the
sure
league,
I am.
if you do go
Yeah.
top of the league, you'll be keeping it one for us. So just nice.
Well, we're keeping it on for 1 week or 2 weeks because we play last against everyone now. We need to play fucking a week on Tuesdays and shit. So, I mean, Monday night at 5:30, what they playing at?
But,
Monday
night, bank holiday.
You know what though? I'm delighted. I'm off, so I'll just be sitting in the house. And
but no,
the annoying
everybody's
thing
off.
is though, is that you're working the next day, so you can't even go.
For a pint.
You can't even go a bit too far. Well,
in the pub or whatever.
So it's a bit shit for that.
No, that I'm bothered. I don't care.
Whereas if it was a Sunday at 5:30, you'd be like, ho ho ho.
Aye, because you've got the bank holiday Monday off.
Why couldn't you have done that? Why not Sunday 8? I'd even take that, a Sunday 8, knowing that you've got the full next day to recover.
Remember, no, everybody's got the Monday off. If you get, I've got it because I get the bank holidays.
Everyone's got the Sunday off, so
But as I said, I'm not too bothered about the Rangers game
because
I'm not
to the
following
game.
them
Do
anyway.
you know what I mean? Because there'll be a lot of fans, as you said earlier, might not have the day off, so they might not get to it, but they'd get to it on a Sunday.
Aye, they would.
But at the end of the day, it is what it is.
Are we discussing the player of the year or contenders?
No, we'll do that on Monday. On Monday, we'll review all the matches and then we'll discuss the manager, player, young player of the year candidates, and then we'll do predictions for the 2 cup games because we're not going to do one next Friday because it's just the cup weekend, isn't it?
Right, aye.
Of course, we're going for a drink, so
that's right. We're going for a drink together, so there'll be no pod.
So yeah, I think that should fill up Mondays because I've got to admit, I mean, you can obviously have a wee think about it over the weekend, but to me, there's not many candidates in the Young Player of the Year award. I think I can only get 3 because you need to be under 21.
I'm trying to think any at Celtic. I don't think there's any at Celtic that I can think of.
How old's Donovan?
Well, Donovan might be in there for a wee shout because he has done pretty well.
I think you normally get 4 candidates, right? So
he'd be an outsider,
even if we did, I would say Donovan's probably the 4th choice. I think the ones that jump out to me are Todd at Dunfermline.
What about the boy Barney Stewart?
Season. He's 22, so
is he? Right. Right.
Mikey Moore for me is a shoe-in. 18-year-old, played all season at Rangers. And the other one for me that I think's in with well, I do think Andrew Todd at Dunfermline deserves it. I know it's Championship, but I don't care.
Mhm.
That boy scored 16 goals or something.
Aye.
The other ones that sort of jump out to me are, try to think, it's a lot of the Motherwell players that are a bit older.
Aye. Well, I don't. I
Uh,
know. Even Maswanisi, he's no.
yeah, I mean, he's in the shout for the main one.
Aye, he
Um,
will be. He will be. But Elijah Just, how old's he? 24 as well.
25, aye.
25, right? What about the boy Elliot? What?
What, 24,
Is he?
25. Aye.
Right. God, but that's the thing. See, because they've all just emerged, you seem to think they're a lot younger, but they are. You know.
I know. I was trying to think. There was somebody I need to remember who that young player. Connor Allen was the other one I thought at Falkirk.
Right.
I thought he's had
Is
a
there
really good season.
any youngsters at Hearts under the age of
Uh,
is it 22?
no, not really. They're quite an old
No.
team. Uh,
Aye.
I think Braga's in my shout for the main one.
The main one.
I don't think anyone else from Hearts. I know some people will say Devlin or Shanklin, but
Mhm.
for me, Braga's been the one. I think Negrin.
And you can. I was
I
going to say
think
you can't look past Negrin.
I think Masmanisha.
Mhm.
I think Just is in my chance. Rangers. I've got to say, there's only two that I think deserve an honourable mention, but I don't even think they'll get shortlisted. Butland. I think if you think back to the 8 games under Russell Martin, the
Mm.
reason that was 6 draws was was Butland.
I
That
mean, I
could have
don't
been
even know.
seven.
Would you say
That could have been
Skills
seven
would be in
defeats.
amongst for that? No, I don't think Skills is in the for it. Did you think so?
Nah,
No.
nah.
Yeah.
I thought at one point in the season he could have been, but I think he
Aye.
sort of tailed off with the whole
Mhm.
Nancy thing, and
Mhm.
that gubbed him.
Yeah. Well, everybody
Nancy
tailed
kind
off
of
with
gubbed him.
Nancy.
And I think the other one for Rangers that's got an outside chance would be Fernandez. But again, he didn't come into the Rangers team till October, so it's quite difficult
Mhm.
to really
Aye.
say that he deserves it. But
Aye. Outside of
I don't know.
Negrin, but I can't think any other Celtic players.
There's no one.
Like.
I said Donovan for young player, maybe.
Mhm.
There's no one
Maybe.
else.
Maybe. Maybe Tierney a push because he's done all right. You know, he's done really well and he's scored goals and stuff like that.
No, but is okay enough.
No, no,
Like,
really. And then
do you know what I
Araujo,
mean?
I mean, Araujo done really well, but I know he's injured now. But he was
I
doing
mean,
great as well. But
for 2 months. Like, I mean, if
and
we're
it's
giving
no
it for
fault.
two months, then Finlay Curtis should get
I know,
nominated for young
I
player,
know
and
you
that's
should.
not fair either.
But then most of the time you've seen players that were great in the first half of the season, and then somebody's emerged in the second half of the season and won. Because I remember, did Maeda not get Player of the Year that year when he scored all the goals after Kyogo left when he was put up front? So you
Yeah,
actually he got it for that
yeah. I mean,
because he
I mean, I just the way I look at it, and I don't know. I mean, I think Motherwell will have quite a lot of options. Um, I think Hearts will have more.
Kevin Carson, I
Player.
100% agree with you on that comment.
I,
I know you want, but I do.
I don't, but I don't think it's anything to do with how good a backing they'll give it. I just think it's to do with how sort of poor the Celtic players are, and I don't think you can just switch it on like a light.
I still think they'll bring, as I say to you,
But they're in.
an
They're
extra
certainly
edge,
in their
an extra
shout.
edge, an
They
extra
might,
edge.
but I just right now I can't see Celtic beating. Oh, put it this way: when you've got 3 games in a week, right,
Mm-hmm.
of Hibs away. Sorry, well, 10 days. Hibs away, Rangers at home, Motherwell away.
Mm-hmm.
I can't see any world that you get 9 points. Now you might not need 9 points, right? Because I don't think Hearts will win it either. But
Well, Hearts, they're
I
obviously
think
they're
I think it's between Rangers and Celtic. But I do think that a lot's going to come down to.
Hearts will have a say in it. Hearts will have a say in it. You can't
Honestly, they
you
will
can't rule
because
them out.
if Rangers lose to Hearts, then Celtic are favourites. But if Rangers go and beat Hearts, then
So
Rangers
what?
would be
So you're
favourites.
making Celtic favourites, even though Hearts are top of the league now. They're still in it at the minute.
I think Celtic are favourites right now because they've got 4 home games. But
Well,
if Rangers can stay ahead of Celtic going into the Old Firm game,
mhm.
then I think that gets negated because Rangers would still have a home game with Hibs. You've got Falkirk and Celtic to play, and I would look at that and go, a draw at Parkhead might be enough.
Yeah.
That's while we're still 2 points ahead of you and have a 9 goal difference better
Aye,
than
that's
you.
the goal difference has fucking haunted me all season. I
Right
just
now,
hope it doesn't come down to that.
what I'd say is right now it gives Rangers the opportunity to match all your scores and draw with you and win the league.
Aye.
And that's where I think Rangers have the slight advantage. But even me as a massive Rangers fan, I'd be surprised if Rangers won at Falkirk, Hearts, and Motherwell games, because I think they're all tough games.
They will be.
But if they do, going into that Old Firm game, if they're 2 points clear of Celtic, then I'd be very confident.
Right.
Because even if we lost that game, we'd only be one behind, and you need to go to Fir Park. That could bounce back again. Do you know what I mean?
Yep.
So it's going to be none of these players. I agree. Celtic do have a lot of players, but what I would say that they don't have.
We've also got experience of what Kevin's saying as well. We've also got
What
experience of winning the league.
Yeah, but do they have experience of winning a coast league?
No, obviously
And
not.
I don't think any of them do, because Rangers, when they won the league, it was over in February. Celtics, most of Celtic's titles are done before the split. Hearts haven't won anything since. Well, Hearts haven't won anything. So I don't think any. I think the one comment that there is that Martin O'Neill has experience of winning coast title races. Martin O'Neill has experience. I don't think these players do. It's because I can't believe the women's league actually
Imagine
mirrors the men's league.
Imagine if Hearts men and women won both leagues, eh?
By the way, I'll tell you what though, I think they might win the women's one.
Might win the women's one.
I think they're a good. I think their team is probably better than Rangers. Well, definitely better than Celtic, because Celtic's women's team have won half a cliff this year.
I know, and they're normally pretty good, Celtic's women's, but not.
But they always do this. They have one good year, one shite year, one good year, one shite year. Whereas Rangers have a kind of good year every year, but never a great year. But they're always like second. They're always a bridesmaid, but
never the bride.
Aye, but no, I think Hearts are favourites for the women's.
The women's.
I think Celtic are favourites for the Scottish Cup, and I think now.
I thought you were going to say Celtic were favourites for the men's title.
No, I think for the men's, I think as long as Rangers are 2 points clear of Celtic, then Rangers to me are favourites. But that's only that could be gone this weekend. Like, if Rangers draw,
depending on results,
Celtic win, then even though we'd be ahead on goal difference, it's and we know that scenario can come up. Hearts lose, Rangers draw, Celtic win. We're all on the same points.
I know. God, that would be scary.
No,
because
I actually worked
the goal
out a
difference
scenario,
thing that annoys me.
We can all finish on the same points, on 80 points.
But it means we're not winning the league again.
It means Rangers are.
Well, we fucking knew that.
Because your goal difference, we're 9 ahead of you, and I think we're about 5 ahead of Hearts.
Even though you've been shite most of the season as well.
I know, but we've got goals for everywhere. Just not many of them.
We've had goals for Negrin, basically. That's it.
Whereas we've had like 4 or 5 goals for most positions, but not a goal scorer, if you know what I mean. It could be. But as I said, that I think a lot will depend on the Saturday results.
But that's a good point, because teams that have played on the Sunday have tended to drop the points.
Yeah, only if the team on the Saturday is won.
I know, but
I don't think they will. I think they'll be dropped points on Saturday.
You think Celtic will drop points on Saturday?
No, I think Hearts will.
Oh, Hearts will drop points. Yeah. Well, Celtic will win.
So that's what I'm saying. If Hearts drop points, then Rangers probably won't have that fear of. And Rangers have an opportunity to go top.
Yep, as I said, I also think Falkirk will get a result as well.
I just think a lot could depend on how up for it they are with the cup game next week.
Aye.
And they've done their job, haven't they? They finished 6th.
Aye, that's same. They're in the top 6 now.
I think I'd be more concerned about this match if Falkirk needed something to get into the top 6.
Aye.
But because of last week's results, I was kind of. It went our way, I think. That us beating Dundee United and them beating Motherwell went our way.
Because I said that as well.
Playing Falkirk if they needed something.
I said that as well. Maybe not a win, but they hopefully will get a draw against Rangers. I'd love to see them beat Rangers, but a draw would do me.
But at the same time, though, like we're going to see who's got the bottle now, because I think we've established that Rangers, Celtic, Hearts are all a bit shit, right? But who's got the bottle? Because that's who's going to win the league. The team with the biggest buzz.
Who's the best shite team out of the 3 of them?
Most title races are won because you've had more bottle.
Aye, well,
I don't
Celtic
think many title
have.
races are won with this lack of quality.
I
I'll
will
give you
still say
that.
that I know that Celtic. I will still say that they've got the experience of
They
winning.
do,
Most of the players have got the
but not,
experience of winning the league.
but maybe not tight ones and going into the
Oh
battle and
no,
needing to win. Celtic have
I know.
Celtic are usually ordering their medals at this point.
That's also a very good point. Falkirk are also still fighting for a Euro spot, so they'll not
Yeah,
just
but
maybe settle for top six. They might want to finish higher than that.
I completely agree with that. But for Falkirk, they're 2 games away from a Europa League place by winning the cup. Whereas for them to
They're not going to
catch
win the cup.
Motherwell, well,
Celtic
they
are going to win
could.
the cup.
They could though. If St Mirren beat you, though, Falkirk would be favourites. Would you agree?
I would say so, but I still think Celtic won the cup.
And by the way, I'm not even ruling out Dunfermline next week. I think Dunfermline will give them a right good game. But
I've already told you I think it'll be a Martin Neil Lennon final.
I think it will be Falkirk Celtic. But that's
Right.
I've said that. I've said it would be Falkirk against the winner of the Old Firm. I said that before the quarterfinals, and I'm sticking with it.
Mhm.
But I do think that Mother. What's that one? Yeah, I mean,
They'll be
I
a
yeah, I
concerned
think
animal. Yeah.
I think they're going to be so disappointed with how the decisions went against them last weekend. I mean, that penalty was a penalty, and
Aye.
the Falkirk penalty wasn't a penalty.
Mhm.
I don't want to get into whether it was a red card for the penalty because I still don't. I still don't think it was, but
Yep.
by the letter of the law, it probably was. If you know what I mean.
Mhm.
But big decisions went against them. They'll come out and think that the world's against them, and sometimes that's a good mentality
Hopefully
to
they will.
sort of. And by the way, Motherwell are going to have a massive say in this title race because
Mhm.
they've got to play Hearts twice. They've got to play Celtic at home, and they've got to go to Ibrox. And anyone who thinks that Motherwell are losing all 4 of those games is a fucking mental case because Motherwell are
Thumbs
taking
up.
points.
Thumbs up to that comment from Kevin.
I agree, but not with the last bit. I think it will be Rangers finishing top, but I wouldn't be surprised if Celtic won the league, put it that way. But I don't think you'd be surprised if Rangers won it because this year has been all about
Put it this way: the way that
average.
everybody's been playing, I wouldn't even be surprised if Hearts won it. You
No,
know the way
but
things are
I'll
going.
tell you one thing that a lot of Rangers fans are thinking that if we do win the league on the last day, what a mental story that would be, considering Russell Martin was chased out of the Falkirk Stadium and then we go and win the league at that stadium. I mean, that could
This
be a story in itself.
that's not going to happen. Celtic will beat Hearts at Celtic Park.
Well, Celtic still need to prove that they can beat Hearts
But that's right. We've not beaten
in a
them this
football
season.
match
Yeah, but
because they haven't. And they need to prove that they can beat Rangers
depending on how the league is sitting at that
in
point,
90 minutes.
depending on how the league's sitting at that point, the final day, the atmosphere will be absolutely electric at
Oh,
Celtic
it'd be
Park with the Green
mental.
Brigade and everything. It's going to
But
be
what would happen though
powder keg, man.
if Rangers are 2 points clear going into the final day of, let's just say, like, of 2 points clear of Hearts and 3 clear of Celtic? Do you go for it?
Well,
I
how
think you
can we
do
go for it?
because
The goal difference
worst
is
case,
going to be.
no, but do you go for it in terms of making sure you finish second and get Champions League?
Well, we'd have to. You
I don't
can't. You
think you
can't.
let I don't think you let Hearts win just for the off chance that they could win the league.
Oh no, but if there is a chance they could win the league, then I would say I would rather they
Wouldn't
win
you
the league
rather
than
get
Rangers.
Champions League? Of course, but wouldn't
Of
you rather
course I
get the
would.
Champions League than?
But but
Because
if
at the
it
end of the day,
turned
see
out
if you lose the league, you lose the league. I don't care who wins it.
if it turned out that we couldn't win the league by the last game and Hearts still could, and they were chasing Rangers, then I would basically let Hearts. I would want Hearts to beat us to. I know it's a
Even if it
terrible thing to
meant,
say,
even if it
but
meant you not getting champ, even if it meant you playing the Conference League.
no, we'd still finish second.
No, but what if you didn't know? What if we were? But what if we were absolutely guaranteed the top two finish? So you just couldn't catch us.
Well, I know, but it's a hard one, isn't it?
I just think you should always look after yourself and try and win. It is all
That's a
three will
good
drop
point.
points.
That's right. These last what is it, 5-6 games? There's going to be
I
drop
just
points all over the
I
place,
just think Hearts will drop more than the other two.
and I don't think
And
my heart can take it.
I think that's the thing I'm sure of is Hearts will drop more than the other two. But will they drop enough to lose it? I don't know. But
Bloody hope
I
so.
think I think they will. But I don't know who wins it at Rangers Celtic. I just think that I'm edging Rangers because right now we've got a 2 point lead.
So would I
But
rather Hearts than
the
Rangers.
the moment the moment though that Rangers aren't 2 points ahead of Celtic, I think Celtic are favourites.
Mhm. But
It's as simple as
that's my
that.
point. That's my point right there that Kevin's making. I says that to
Okay,
you.
but Kevin, how about this? Would you rather Hearts win the league and you finish third, or Rangers win the league and you finish second and get the Champions League? So that's a good question, because
That's a good question, isn't it?
because I've got to admit, if it was Rangers, right, I would always rather get in the Champions League to have an opportunity to play and get the money. And
I know.
not that we ever fucking qualify, because we're
I
hopeless.
always want to win the Champions League as well. Oh, there's your
I,
answer.
I would always try and finish as high as my team can.
No.
Forget, because the way I look at it, right, if you lose a league, I don't give a fuck who won it, because we lost.
I mean,
You know,
I
when
don't
we
want to
lose
play
a
in the
cup,
conference, put it that way. But see if we're in the conference, we might have a chance of actually doing something. You never know.
I've got. I'm looking at the Conference League now and thinking, see, in the next 3 years, I want to win it. Because
if we're in it, I'd rather we won it as well.
Second place is going in the Conference League.
Second place of our league.
All
right,
I mean, that's madness.
That'll be used then, won't it?
But yet the Scottish Cup winner goes in the Europa League. Do you think that we need to flip that about, don't we? Like, stop giving the Scottish Cup the Europa League.
There's the answer to the question as well.
I don't know. I would never rather my team finishes further down. But then for Celtic,
I can see where he's coming from. Though,
it might give you a reset, though. But it might give you a reset, because it might get rid of your board.
It's like myself, but I mean, I don't want to see Rangers win the league if we don't win it. I'd rather see Hearts win it.
Would you not think, though, that finishing third might get rid of your board, though?
Possibility, I don't know.
More chance in finishing second, whereas they might go, we only lost to Rangers, it doesn't matter, we'll win it back next year.
But they don't seem to get rid of people.
They need to.
But they don't seem to get rid of people for failure. They reward them with like bonuses and all that, and they still get their bonuses and all the rest of it.
I want a Nicholson bonus.
I know. It's like it's crazy the money that he's on.
We better leave it there, though, because we'll end up chatting all night.
Aye. There's the final comment.
I know it's a big if, but then Shakhtar have got something to play with that, though, because Rangers would need Shakhtar to go out before the final of the Conference League, because they can still catch Rangers.
Well, hopefully they don't go out before the final of the Conference League.
Hopefully they do. Fuck Shakhtar. Not that I'm anti-Ukraine. Don't want to get anyone saying that, but I just want my team, if we do win the league, I want to get straight in there and get the money. Count the doubles. Because we can't compete at that level. This is just about cashing a cheque for Rangers.
Yeah.
That's what the Champions League is nowadays, isn't it? It's thanks for your cheque, and we'll see you later.
Yeah.
Because we'd be getting pumped at that level.
Yeah. Oh, well. It's been a good show tonight, isn't it? It's been a good show.
Back on Monday, and we can review everything that happens over the weekend. I'm sure there'll be more drop points, and certainly plenty of excitement in the bottom half fight to avoid 11th place.
Yeah.
And again, anyone, thanks for your comments. Always good to interact with viewers and keep them coming. And also anyone who has any topics you want us to bring up, just put them in the comments, and we'll we'll address them for the next pod, because we're always open for ideas about what to talk about.
Yeah, and if you haven't already, please make sure to hit like and subscribe, because it helps the channel grow.
Cool. Right, well, leave it there, and I'll see you on Monday, and hopefully I'm smiling as my team's top of the league.
Yeah, well, there's one final point for you to answer before we go.
No.
No, right.
No, we always get rid of our managers around September, October time.
Right.
No, I think, and the honest thing is, I think he's done enough in terms of getting us back into it to be given next season. But as you know, at Rangers, you can't fail for too long without losing your job. But I do think he deserves a full transfer window, a full pre-season, because it's difficult, isn't it, to get ideas into players mid-season, because you don't really get a chance to teach them anything, because I don't even know what Danny Rowe's style is yet. All I know that he's a bit of a fighter, but I still don't know if his style is good. All I know is that he gets every bit of energy out of a shite squad. And his January signings were decent.
Well, some of them were. Maybe no item.
Well, Chukwari and Romans have certainly improved their 11.
Aye, but
And
you're Scott
Nadiri looks
Wilson.
okay.
Scott Wilson, hasn't he?
No, but he's just a loan player. The 3 permanent signings have improved this. So if we can get here, it's been a fucking long time since Rangers had a 75% strike rate on transfers. Normally it's like 1 in 4 are good. 3 in 4, I'll take that every window.
Aye.
But we'll leave it there and back on Monday.
Yep.
Right, cool. I'll see you later.
Right. See you later.
Bye.
Right.
Bye.
Bye. Bye.